everybody, how you doing today? I'm just saying, welcome to the show. Been a little under the weather today, so if I don't look like a regular normal person, it's because I'm probably not feeling all that good. Anyway, in the background you're listening to Respect by Aretha Franklin, R-E-S-P-C-T. Find out what it means to me. And so tonight you're going to find out what it means to me. So anyway, today, I guess the NAACP is telling people not to fly on American Airlines because we're not treated right and we are not, respected. So what else is new? This is America. We fight for the country, die for the country, build the country, and what respect do you get? It's like, oh, bring in everybody else. But they haven't even given the Americans whose forefathers and ancestors fought for this country anything, not even a reparation. And you still don't get any respect. Half the men and women are in jail, more people in jail than there were in the 1800s when we had slavery. So we really have been set up. But the funny thing is that we don't fight for anything. We don't help fight for each other. I mean, even locally here where I live, we have an NAACP, we have Black Women's Political Caucus, we have the Black Dems. But if the city fires anybody who's Black, you ain't got nobody to go to. They even dismantled the Human Rights Commission. We were at a candidates night, if you will, at the NAACP here locally, and I don't know what it means. It just doesn't have there's no teeth in it. The days of people standing up, now everybody's so scared. They kill off the leaders and stuff. Who does that? What kind of human being will kill off somebody else's leaders? So you have to understand you're looking at very violent, very animalistic kind of behavior where people need guns because, they got to shoot something. We got to shoot something. We got to kill something, anything. Let's go hunting. I just got to get this murdering out of my system, So, of course, we're not going to be respected. When people have been hung and, and burned and, just beaten, kids sold, on auction blocks, people sold, families split apart for 400 years. What makes us think that we're going to get any respect now? Because now we don't even respect each other. We don't even respect ourselves, People have children, the poor children. I mean, there are some mothers who lay down with these men who ain't worth 2 nickels and 5 pennies. They have these babies. The women are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. The men are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And they raise these children. At least the kids raise themselves pretty much. And like somebody said, a friend said, some of these mothers need to be put in jail because the kids are just something that they can control, because they have them until they're 18. So they mess them up spiritually, emotionally, mentally, the whole 9 yards. It's a hot mess. It really is. And it's really sad because the children looking to us to protect. And speaking of children, we have people running for family court judges. People are family court judges. I don't know if you've ever been to family court before. Family court, family failure. That's all I can say. And so, in most instances, the judges don't look like you. They don't even understand your culture. They don't understand your ethnicity. They don't understand anything about you. Yet they sit and they make judgment calls on what's right. Most of the time, they feel like just because somebody laid down and had a baby, they're going to be the right one for them. So they'll keep anybody else away, even if the parents are cuckoo. And believe me, a lot of them are. They may not even know they're cuckoo. They call them, all kinds of names, put them down. And listen, I've worked with children that are from very poor families to children who are from very wealthy families. The bottom line is they still portray some of the same kinds of personalities because neglect is neglect. If your family isn't there to take care of you, whether you're rich or whether you're poor, it's not going to make any difference. The only difference with the rich kids is that their parents can give them money or have a nanny with them, or if they get in trouble, they can easily get out of that trouble because they can afford to hire lawyers. Most of the time, our people stay in jail if something happens to them because they don't have any attorneys. They don't have the money to post bail, if you will. So as far as I'm concerned, family court is a family failure in most instances. Not in all, but in most instances there are. I know one time that they have done something good for a child and actually saved that child, but at least the father was balanced. So if a father have to take a child, the mother's got to be pretty bad, okay? And then we have women judges. We have a lot of people, an influx of people from all different places that can come in and they can leverage themselves and get into bigger positions and higher positions than a regular, if you will, Black American or just a regular American. So it's very, very difficult for us. We don't go for a lot of things because a lot of times there's so many blocks put up. Even here in where I live, if you do something and people run around because nobody's ever really your true friend except who your true friends really are. The politicians are never your real friends. For example, people will vote for you just because you shake their hand or because you smile at them. That's how ridiculous some of the people are. And the fact that you spend time with them. We got one guy here that's a super manipulator. He's a super predator, and he thinks he can control people's minds, and evidently he does. But they can't be rooted and grounded in the Spirit of God, because anyone who have any kind of discerning spirit where they can actually see through that bull crap can just say, this is nothing but pure evil. And sometimes people sell their souls to get whatever they want. I believe that they do. I really do, because I'm thinking, how can you possibly be this evil? How can you possibly be this manipulative? How can you be this conniving? Or calculating, if you will. So we had a debate last night. Family court judges were there. We had, city council. We had county legislators, all those folks. And the sad thing is that most of the people are just interested in titles because, honestly, they don't have any real friends. They were never popular in school or anything like that. And so therefore, if we have a president who acts like a spoiled brat, it always seems to trickle down. Now, when Reagan talks about the trickle down, that kind of behavior really trickles down to the counties, the cities, the villages. When you have someone who's mean-spirited, they take that, they follow that like a what do you call a mentor, and people feel like it's okay to be mean to other folks, but it's not. It's not okay. And what goes around comes around. You're going to reap what you sow. So whatever is happening right now, everybody gets caught. I know Bernie Madoff thought he was going to get away with it. 20 years went by. I mean, it started to get real good to you. Like, oh, yeah, I'm getting away with this. Ain't nobody saying nothing. They bet not say anything because I can make them look worse. I can make them look bad. So people fall for this stuff. Hey, listen, where I am, people will try to get you fired because they want something, and then when they get it, then they don't want it anymore. They're moving on to something else. It's just really sad. They harass people, they bully people. If you got a person and somebody tells you that that person is a bully, please believe them. Please believe them. I mean, you can't just assume that these people want this because they're experience. Many of the times these people have never had any experience in anything. They never even managed people, let alone anything else. They couldn't motivate a roach to do anything. They just don't have it in them, but they want that title and they want that prestige because they can get people to pay attention to them. Look at me, look at who I am, kiss my ring, and it's just really sad. So people, all I'm saying is November is coming up. We're all going to have to make a decision. We're all going to have to vote. I know some people say it's not worth going out to vote, but you're going to have to use the power of the vote to at least try to get rid of some of these evil dark spirits that are in here. But now I guess we got the king of darkness, so I don't know how we're going to be able to do that, but we can, and all the right spirits have to get together. Again, NAACP is telling people not to ride on American Airlines because we're not respected. But if that was the case, You know, black people wouldn't be going to get their nails did and to get some of that hair that they can have weaved into their heads and all these other things that women are doing. Um, you know, going to the shops to get their nails done. How do you tell our people, especially certain people, you know, how do you get them to do the right thing? It's just not easy to get people to do the right thing. At least, you know, in the 60s, they said, oh, well, the millenniums and, oh, we didn't teach them. You know, look, let me just say this. I ain't had no perfect life either. You know, I can't say I came from the nuclear family. You know, you got the mom and the dad and the 2 kids and a dog. You know, listen, we all don't have to come from that. But there's just certain commonsensical things that you should learn without needing to say I had to be born into a perfect family. Because sometimes God just uses parents as a vessel to get us here to do the job that needs to be done. So stop pointing the finger at your parents, stop pointing the fingers at somebody else, you know, and just learn from whoever you can learn from. I tell children, learn from whomever. It doesn't have to be a parent. You can have a teacher as your mentor. You can have a neighbor as your mentor. You know, but you can't trust anybody anymore. That's the whole thing, because people want to, everything is sex, 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 sex. You know, you got to sexually molest a child, boy or girl. You know, you can't trust people with your children, you know. So I'm telling you right now, I don't know where we're living. I'll tell you, we're living in a ball of confusion. That's what we're living in. Honestly, I don't know what we're going to do. But we're going to have to do something, because this whole mess that we're in, we got to figure out a way to get out of it. But we're going to have to stick together, people. We got to stick together. You know, we got to do the right thing. Forget about those weaves. Use the hair that God gave you. You know? Listen, there's always going to be discrimination. When people say, I don't see color. The one guy said, I don't see color. They're lying. Everybody see color. You live in America. You see color. Don't tell me you don't see color. You know, what the heck does that mean, you don't see color? Then you must be blind in one eye and can't see out the other. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, stay positive. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to come back to you guys in a couple of days. We'll talk about something else. But in the meantime, the tempted temptations are telling us that we're living in a ball of confusion, honey. And you know we are. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Like it, you know, subscribe. Whew, and I hope I feel better by the time Tuesday comes around. All right. So you guys take it easy, and I'll talk to you later. I'm just saying, have a nice day. Okay. Talk to you later.